What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in the Rayo Vallecano career mode. This is episode number 22, and we start today's episode off by seeing that Real Betis have accepted our third bid for Dani Ceballos, their 20-year-old, 75 overall left midfielder, but of course I discussed him in the last episode. If we do end up signing him, I'll probably play him as our attacking midfielder this season, and as you can see, we are going to sign him as he accepts his contract right off the bat. So Ceballos is going to come in and become our fourth signing with Rayo Vallecano for our second season here at the Estadio de Vallecas, and for £6 million, it's a little bit over his valuation, that is true. You'll see his stats in just a moment's time though. I do believe he'll be more effective playing through the middle. He looks like a really versatile player, which is really good, but with Hernandez getting sold in the last episode to Celta Vigo for £2.7 million, to sign this guy for a few £1 extra, 11 years younger and the same overall as well, he'll have more potential, and I think he looks pretty decent as well. 3-star skills, a little bit of a shame. I was hoping there'd be at least 4-star, but still, he looks like a pretty decent player, and again, for £6 million, again, a little bit of an overspend, but we'll take it, and I think he'll be a pretty smart acquisition for us. So starting today's episode then with a new signing right off the bat, our fourth of the window, and as we come into the first competitive game of the new season with Rayo Vallecano, you can see our team right now. This is the squad report, and you'll see the lineup as well as we go into the first game, which is the first leg of our Europa League qualifier against Viking FK. You'll see both of those legs in today's episode. I like the team, although my only one concern of it really is that it's not very thick. It's quite a thin squad, there's not much depth to it, and of course playing in the Europa League, Thursday nights, it's going to be quite difficult to maintain a balance competing in the league and also in the Europa League as well this season, knowing that my players won't get much rest time. Fatigue can be a real problem in career mode, and I'm just a little bit concerned about that. It's not the biggest squad, and you guys know I try to assign as many players as possible to my team, try and have as big as a squad as possible to cope with the demands of playing in the league in Europe as well. This is a small squad, so there's still work to be done with a few weeks left of the summer transfer window. Still, coming to the first game of the new season then, taking on Viking FK here at home at the Estadio de Vallecas for our first game of the season. Really excited for this. Now, of course, this is a Norwegian side, and I must be honest here, I don't really know anything about them, so I wasn't really sure what to expect coming into this game, so because of that, I took no chances, played what will probably be my strongest first 11 for this season, and hoped we will get a really good result in the first leg, keep a clean sheet, not concede any away goals, and also get a win in the first game between the two sides. And the first chance coming to us as well, 7 minutes in, and how about this? We would open the scoring just before the 8th minute mark, and who got the goal? I mean, do I even need to tell you his name? Ayoza Perez, of course, scoring once again, starting this season like he ended last season by banging in the goals as he heads in a really good Nacho cross. A brilliant ball by our left back, picks out our number 17, who scored 24 goals last season, and I think he'll score even more this year as well. So 1-0 to Rayo, the perfect start in our Europa League qualifier first leg. Perez with a goal, and he opens the scoring for us. But just a few minutes later, the away side did have a chance to get themselves back on level terms, but this shot was sliced horribly wide by the number 10, and it was still 1-0. We had a great chance to double our lead though a few minutes later after the away side gave the ball away. Lopez played it through towards Perez, whose shot was turned onto the near post by the goalkeeper, and it was still 1-0, and that was the score at half time as well. And as you can see the stats here, the away side had dominated possession and had a few shots as well, but their problem was they couldn't get inside too many times, so their shots weren't too threatening. But in the second half here, 5 minutes after the restart, we should have doubled our lead through you-know-who. I drilled it across to the centre, but Perez sliding in, couldn't hit the target, and there were 20 minutes to go here. Raul Baina's shot deflected off Camarasa, one of our new signings, and almost found the back of the net as well, as it went just over the bar. With the game coming to its close though, not much was happening in the second half, and in stoppage time here, we had a chance to wrap up the victory. Konate played the ball through towards Ayoza Perez, who ran through one-on-one and would get his second goal of the game as well. And this was quite an important goal for us too, because we were going to win this game regardless. The away side in this one didn't create too many clear-cut chances, but as the game was still at 1-0 and we were going to be going into the second leg leading by a goal, we wouldn't concede an away goal, and that would give us a really big advantage going into the second leg away in Norway. But the tie wouldn't be effectively in the balance, but the away side, Viking FK, FK would certainly say that going back to Norway, they'd fancy their chances of at least scoring one goal and putting us under a lot of pressure, as that would level the score in aggregate. But to score that second goal, that's a really important one as well. Perez getting his second of the game, because it means that now if we score just one goal away in Scandinavia, Viking FK will have to score 4 goals, and only one side has done that to us so far this series, and that was Barcelona. So they're not quite at that level of the Spanish giants, Barcelona. So because of that, I fancy our chances of scoring away in Norway, and also that will mean that Viking have to score 4 goals, which quite frankly probably won't happen. So this goal by Perez was my moment of the match, because I won't say that it definitely means we got 1 foot in the group stage of the Europa League, but let's be real here, I'm certainly fancying my chances now that we have that luxury of having a 2-goal cushion and not conceding an away goal in the first leg as well. Did that make sense? Probably not, but still. Following that, as you can see right here, we went in search of a new signing as well. There's still a few £1,000,000 left in our kitty with a few weeks left of the summer transfer window. So I went in search of a new winger, because I'm not really too convinced by playing Patrick Ebert down the right side. Is it Patrick Ebert? I think it is. Ebert, regardless, on the right side of our midfield this season. So I went in search of a new winger. I thought Adama of Aston Villa would be a really, really good signing. We put in a £5.5 million bid as the USA approached me to manage their nation, but we say no. We put in a £5.5 million bid for the Rapid winger, and as you can see, they said yes, which really surprised me, because, you know, we've had to pay over the odds for all of our signings so far this season, and for Adama, or Adama, I'll have to look up the pronunciation of this guy, but I thought he'd cost more than that. I thought he'd be one of those players that the club that currently have him would ask for like £2 or £3 million over his valuation. Instead, they said that the valuation bill was fine, £5.5 million. We offer him a contract, he accepts it, and straight away he's going to come to the Estadio de Vallecano. So I must say I was pretty impressed with how quickly I wrapped up this deal, and also getting him for valuation too. I'm really, really pleased with that. So admittedly, it does mean that our transfer budget has now completely gone. There's basically no money left over whatsoever, but when you think about it, we've made 5 new signings to the Rayo Vallecano side for our second season, and I'm really happy with all of them as well. Fabricio coming in on a pre-contract, he'll be a good backup goalkeeper for Kepa, I feel. We signed Camarasa, a long-term replacement for our captain. We've signed Echeverria, an understudy for Ivan Lopez, our right back. And in today's episode, Danny Ceballos come in to replace Pablo Hernandez, and now Adama as well on a valuation bid. I'm pretty pleased with all the business we've done in this summer transfer window. So it looks as though Adama will probably be our final signing of the window, but I think he'll be a smart one for a valuation bid, and he'll be a really, really good young player for us. So really excited for season 2, and of course coming to the second leg of this Europa League playoff here against Viking FK, all we knew that coming to this game is that if we didn't concede more than 1 goal, we would be going through to the group stage, and so naturally I was feeling very confident indeed. That's why I rested the entire side for this game, really fancying my chances despite putting a backup side out there. And in the first half, the home side had done effectively nothing. We had the first and only 2 chances of the half, really. The first one falling to Montiel, his shot going wide at the post, but then 3 minutes before the break we would open the scoring, and Konate would get his first goal of the season and make it Viking FK 0, Rayo Vallecano 1. So of course he came in the January transfer window. He is our backup striker for Oza Perez. He scored what was probably going to be the winning goal in the final game of the season as well, against Levante, when he made it 2-1 with 10 minutes to go. But what a fantastic finish this was. He opens up his body and curls it into the far corner, and just before the break gives us a deserved lead away here in Norway. So Viking 0, Rayo Vallecano 1, and because of that, it looks as though the qualification was all but secure. Viking would have to score 4 goals in the second half, and instead, the team that would open the scoring in the second half was us, scoring our second goal of the game. 8 minutes after the restart, or 9 minutes after the restart, I should say, Borja Mayoral would get his first goal in a Rayo Vallecano shirt since signing from Real Madrid in the January transfer window last season, playing a 1-2 and a really neat finish into the bottom corner, basically confirmed it. We were going through to the Europa League group stages, bar a meltdown where Viking FK would score 5 goals. So 4-0 on aggregate, 2-0 on the night. We were playing very well, and again, despite having a backup side out there, we're looking the far superior side. We could have made it 3-0 there, but it was a good save with the goalkeeper and eventually punched behind for a throw. But it was how the game would finish. Viking 0, Rayo 2, 4-0 3-0 on aggregate to the Spanish side, and we progress to the Europa League group stage. So delighted with that, but to be honest, I fancied our chances even before a ball was kicked. I don't think I've ever lost a playoff on YouTube in terms of qualifying for a European competition, be it Champions League or Europa League. I was confident of maintaining a 100% record, and we did, and over 2 legs you can see we were the far superior side. So delighted with that. We've guaranteed European football for the second season at the Estadio de Vallecano. I'm really excited, and with 5 new signings at the club as well, some really good young Spanish talent here at the Estadio de Vallecano, I'm really fancying our chances of having a memorable season. We need to produce something special if we're going to keep the board happy with the very ambitious aims they've given us this season, but I'm fancying my chances, and after the first 2 games, we're off to a very good start indeed. But that will end today's episode in the Rayo Vallecano career mode, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. Much love to you all, and I do want to offer a quick apology if the commentaries didn't sound as good today, but this ulcer is really hurting. But thanks for watching the episode regardless. Hope you have enjoyed it, and I'll see you for the next episode in the Rayo Vallecano career mode very soon.